Alright, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Give It to the King. It's a game for 2 to 4 players, plays in about 30 minutes, and it's for ages 10 and up. In this game, you're a royal messenger trying to deliver your messages to the king. On your turn, you can move any of the messengers in the game, and you can keep doing that until you move yourself. This is a lively game, quick-paced. Players can play messages on another player's turn, so you'll need to react quickly when the die is rolled because only the first message played will take effect. After 5 rounds, whoever has the most money wins the game. So we're going to set up the board. It's a 4-piece board. It connects like so. So each player is going to get a figurine. We'll put the king in the throne room. Each player is going to start with 5 gold. The rest of the money is going to go with the king. This is just a little identification, and everybody's going to start with 2 messages face down. Of course, the player's going to look at them. Messages go here, and you got a dice, and you got a captain marker. So now we're going to finish the setup with 5 coins, 1 for each day, and then we're going to randomly take these guys, shuffle them up, and set them up on the track. The guy in the back is going to take the first coin. So Green's going to get that, and he's going to become the captain of the messengers because he's got the most money, and he's going to start. It's Green's turn, and Green has rolled a 5. That means he has to move a messenger 5 spaces. The first rule is that he has to leap over another messenger. So that means that the guy in front, in this case blue, cannot move, or cannot be moved. He can move yellow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he could move red, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he could move himself, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If he does move himself, that would end his turn, and he would pass the dice. So if he decides to move yellow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, he gets to roll again and continue his turn. Continuing on with Green's next roll, Green has rolled a 1. In this case, 1 is a special event. It means that whoever is in the back goes directly to the front. In this case, Green would move all the way up to here, and since it's Green's turn and he's moved himself, that would end his turn and he would pass the die. Okay, we're going to progress the game a little bit. In this case, yellow has rolled a 2. Now what happens here? None of the messengers can move on a 2. Yellow can't move because he's in front. These other messengers are only going to land on another messenger, so they can't move either. Well, what happens then is that whoever is the captain of the messengers is going to get blamed. The captain of the messengers is actually given to whichever player has the most money at any given time in the game. So at the very beginning of the game, the first player who took the coin is going to be the captain. And now he's going to remain captain until he has less money than somebody else, and then that other player is going to get the captain of the messengers. So in this case, Green's going to have to pay a gold because nobody can move. Now it was yellow's turn, and since he didn't move any messengers, he's got to pass the dice. It's now red's turn, and red has rolled a 4. He could move blue, 1, 2, 3, 4. He could move yellow, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And he could move himself, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, the first messenger to get to the red carpet gets a bonus of 2 gold. So he's going to want to move himself, so he moves red, 1, 2, 3, 4. He gets the 2 gold, and now he becomes the captain of the messengers because he has more gold than anybody else. It's now Green's turn, and all the messengers are very close to getting to the king. Green has rolled a 4. Now, if he moves himself, 1, 2, 3, 4, he won't get in, he'll be here. He would put yellow in if he moved yellow 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, because you have to get to the king exactly. So he doesn't want to put yellow in. He doesn't want to put himself here because that would end his turn and he wouldn't be getting to the king. So he's going to move red, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now there's an interesting thing that happens when a messenger gets to the number 1 spot. Since he can't move, he has no way of getting to the king. However, on his very next turn, if it comes around to red's turn, he gets to walk in. He can just walk in and say hello to the king. Now, in this case, Green is rolling the dice, and red is the next turn. it's green's next roll, and he's rolled a 6, and he's going to move himself right in to see the king. And when he does that, he gets to deliver the messages that he's carrying. Now these two messages are face down, so they're both going to score, and in this case he's going to reveal that he has 7 gold, and he's going to get 7 gold from the king. You add up the numbers at the bottom there. So now he has 12 gold, which means that he again becomes the captain of the messengers. Green just cashed these in, and we're resetting the game for the next round. All the messengers move back in the order that they finished, so we just move them back this way. One thing I should mention about messages is that they are one-time use. As long as they are face up in front of you, you cannot use them again. However, at the end of each round, you will be able to turn them face down again, and that would cost you 1 gold per message. So in this case, I want to turn these two face down, so it would cost me 2 gold, and then I would turn these face down, and now on the next round I can use them again, or I can deliver them to the king. We're going to have yellow start the next round because it's always the messenger in the back that starts. So yellow gets the coin, yellow gets the dice, and all the messengers get 1 more message each. Okay. It's yellow's turn, and yellow has rolled a 3, which is great because yellow has a card which can help him out here. He can flip over the message that he's carrying, and this particular message allows him to add 4 to the roll, and now he can move 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and get to the king. Great, so now the king will pay him for any messages that he delivers which are face down, and in this case he gets paid another 4 gold for these 2 messages. Okay, we're going to explain that messages can be played by any player in between dice rolls. So what that means is that if yellow rolls a 2, yellow could move himself 2, and in this case he can't move anybody else, but red sees the opportunity to add 3 to the roll, so red turns over one of his messages on yellow's turn. So now that 2 becomes a 5, and that forces yellow to move red in to see the king. I'm going to show you what happens if you play the message that stops the player from continuing to roll. It's red's turn. Red has rolled a 5, and red's going to look to move yellow in to this position, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then he will get another turn, and he's going to try and roll a 6 or a 1 to get to see the king. However, blue's going to play this card and flip over their message before anybody else does, and that is going to stop red from continuing to roll. So after red has moved yellow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, he's going to have to pass the die to blue, and blue's going to be able to walk in on their turn. Now we're going to explain what a reroll does. Let's, for example, here green has rolled a 4, and green can move himself in to see the king, but red says, wait a second, I don't like that, flips over the reroll card, which is pray for a different outcome, and then that forces green to have to re-roll the dice, and hopefully green will roll a 6 or a 1 as far as red is concerned. Okay, we're going to explain holding on to the dice. Red has rolled a 2, and in this situation here, he has to move himself. There's no other option. And he's going to play this card, which is holding on to the dice, and therefore instead of passing the dice because he moved himself, he now gets to roll again. This is the end of the game. Green has just reached the king. This is the last round. And green's going to deliver these 3 messages and get 10 gold. And in this case, that adds up to 18. And red had previously 14, so green has the most money at the end of the game, and they will win the game. So that's Give It to the King. Any additional information that you might need to play the game is in the rules, but I think we've pretty well covered everything. So go out there and have some fun and enjoy the game.